When millions of us voted for Brexit, or to be precise, when 17.4 million people voted for Brexit, one of the many reasons was because we were told we would gain control of our borders. I'm sorry, it seems to me like a lie. And don't just take my word for it. A poll today by Ipsos shows 2/3 of the country are fed up to the back teeth with the government on immigration. They say the government has failed on immigration. I'm mystified by that poll. Only 2/3 take that view. I thought it would be 99.9% recurring. And who are the people who don't like it? Well, you've got on the left, of course, fueled by the human rights lawyers, those people on the left who think our so-called hardline policy in immigration is giving the country a terrible reputation. Then there's those of us, I don't even call it on the right, there's the sensible people like me who think the fact we're being flooded with migrants is putting huge pressure on our schools, on our NHS, housing, you name it, it's causing a problem. So last year, legal migration was 606,000. That's the same size as the city of Glasgow or the same size of the city of Bristol. How many more Glasgows and Bristol can we fit into these tiny, overcrowded islands called the British Isles? And then don't get me started on the people crossing the Channel. 100,000 already since records began. They're the ones we know about, of course. There'll be tens of thousands more who are getting in undetected completely by the completely useless, incompetent border force. 100,000 since 2018, 46,500 last year, and we're heading for another record this year. The government has lost the plot completely. What is their solution? It seems to be letting ever more people in from beyond the European Union. And as for crossing the Channel, they've got no policy at all other than, remember Rwanda? Weren't we going to fly people to Rwanda? But of course, we gave in to a judge from the European Court of Human Rights. We should have told him or her, because we don't know the name of the judge or even the gender of the judge, because it's such a secretive organisation, we should have told that judge to get lost and put those migrants on the plane to Rwanda and flown them there where they could stay and have their asylum applications processed. So I voted for Brexit and I feel betrayed, I feel let down, and everybody I speak to who voted for Brexit feels the same. Why did Boris win so convincingly behind the red wall in the last general election? Because people really believed him when he said he'd get Brexit done. Well, he did. He got a deal out of the EU, but we've got absolutely no response to the constant hordes of people coming here from across the Channel. And do you know many of them are coming from India? India, a country which has now put a piece of contraption, rocket, call it what you will, on the dark side of the moon. That's how rich India is, but we've got people coming from India across the Channel. They should be sent back immediately. I'll take you back before the referendum. David Cameron said a Conservative government would get immigration down to tens of thousands. Theresa May said the same in her 2017 general election manifesto. Rishi Sunak, not as optimistic, he says it'll get it down to 266,000. I'll remind you, 606,000 last year, thousands more crossing the Channel. Oh, and by the way, there's 172,000 people in the backlog waiting for their asylum claims to be processed. I spoke to a human rights lawyer today. He deals with many thousands of applications. Do you know how many he said are bogus? 80%. And no wonder so many people are furious with this government. Remember, it's one of Rishi's 5 pledges, along with halving inflation, getting interest rates down, but he did say he'd stop the boats. No sign of it so far. I'm enraged by it. Are you? You don't have to agree with me. I don't mind if you do. I don't mind if you don't. I can take it, but let me know what you think. You can let me know in the comments below.